Well, good morning out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is the beginnings of my tutorial on how to make bases out of corkboard. Um, this is the example I have for you there. You've seen it on the page. And many of you have asked, Grimdark, could you possibly make a video that will showcase and explain to us how you did that? So, that is the purpose of this particular video. Here are the things you will need. You will need your large paintbrush. You will need your dry brush paintbrush. You will need your hobby knife. You will need super glue. You will need black paint. You will need gray paint. Okay? You will need your paint palette or buttercrock lid, whatever it is you're using, and you will need a bit of ingenuity. Now, step one. As you can see here, I've got an old Terminator base. It had a Terminator glued to it at one point. You won't see the base, the flat of that base anymore after this process. So, to start off, what we do is take our hobby knife, and you're going to cut a piece of cork board, which, by the way, the cork board can be purchased at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any other hobby store. I think even Walmart carries it somewhere in that maze that is Walmart. So, once you've done that, you just pop it off. And as you can see here, many of you have asked me, is it flaky? Does it fall apart? Well, no. The corkboard doesn't fall apart unless you pull it apart. So, you don't have to worry about it falling apart, or when you handle your models, will it fall apart? No, it will not. Especially after it's been painted and clear coated. So, what you want to do is you want to lay that upside down. And now what you want to do is just start to snap it off around the base. And what that will do, once it's painted, that is going to look like blown out building pieces or concrete. Now once you've got your bottom piece, there's more than one way to do this. You can take one large piece and stack another piece on that to do as I did there, or what you can do is you can take many small pieces and lay it around the base, and then put you some PVA glue in between the cracks and put sand in that, and then paint that to make it look like rubble. I will do another video on this later this evening or tomorrow or another day, whenever, to showcase that. But now we have this, so we want to break off another piece. Just randomly here, large enough to, and we don't want straight edges because that just doesn't look blown out now, does it? So large enough to put a model on and still look like rubble. So now what I'm going to do is glue that together, and I'll do that. I'll be back when that's done. Now, as you can see, what I've done is glued them together, the base and the two pieces of cork board. The next step is to paint this. Now, I have prepared here some watered down, about 50-50 mix water to black paint. You want it runny because you want it to run in all the little cracks and crevices so that you don't have any brown showing through. So, what I'm going to do now is take my my large brush to save time, and I'm going to just dip it in the paint. I mean, you guys obviously know how to paint cork board. You just put paint on it. Nothing, it's not rocket surgery. So, I'm going to paint that, and I'll be back when that's done. As you can see here, I'm done painting it. And what I've done, for realism's sake, is I've taken my hobby knife, and I've drilled out a couple of holes there to look like explosions of some kind, or trace around, hit the ground, and popped holes in the rubble. This could have been a wall or whatever when it fell. Use your imagination. You're 40K fans. So just make sure that you paint underneath it, underneath the edges here that stick out beyond the base, to make sure, for the sake of all that is holy, that your base looks and is well painted. Now, once this is dry, I will come back and show you how to dry brush it. Okay, now that our base is dry, I'm gonna pardon me while I clear my throat first. And good Friday to you all. I don't believe I said that. Now, some of you may ask, Grimdark, what is dry basing even? Dry brushing, sorry. I don't even know what that is or how to do it. Well, you're in luck. I'm going to show you. So, you take your dry brushing paintbrush, and you want one where you can that you're not necessarily worried about the tip, you're not necessarily worried about it getting ruined, because over time your dry brushing brush will look like it'll look like crap. So you're going to take and you are going to dip your brush in either some thinned out paint like this or some regular paint like this. It really doesn't matter. For this instance, I want the colors to be brighter, so I'm going to use thicker paint. Now, you take your paper towel or rag, whatever you may have, and you want to wipe off all of the excess paint. Okay? I do mean wipe it off. Wipe it off till you don't see anything else coming on the napkin. Now, you want to take and just flick it over the edges of what it is you are painting. And as you can tell or not tell from the video, I'm not sure that you can see it or not, but the highlights are beginning to come out on the edges of the base. Let me see if I can get it to where you can see it. Ah, yes. You see that edge, how it's starting to lighten up and look like the edges of worn concrete? That's what you want. I'm going to finish doing that, and I'll be back when that's done. Now, as you can see, I've got that all dry brushed. I went heavy on the dry brush because I wanted it to come out and be apparent as to what I did in the video. So, what you want to do now is you want to go around the edge of your beast there. And you want to make sure that there's no gray paint on your edge. You want to take you can take the same brush, you can take your dry brush, and you want to just go around that. And you want to clean it up. Well, I should have washed my brush out before I did that. Remember, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, it is important when you paint your bases, your miniatures, and anything else you are painting, thin your paints. I don't care if you got it from Walmart and it's the consistency of school glue. You want to thin it. I don't care if you're buying it from GW. You went ahead and you spent the money and you're going to use GW paints or Vallejo paints, whatever it is you're using, thin it. Do not glob paint on your models that you spend all that money on and time gluing them together. You will regret it and your model will look like a pile of crap. So, those are the blokes that I buy minis from on eBay, soak them in purple power for a week, and brush them all off and have them looking like that fellow over there, which in my opinion is top notch. That's only my opinion. So, there you have it. You can also take safety pins and cut them up with a wire cutter and push them in the sides for rebar, as I did with the Chaplain. That's it for this tutorial. This base is done. Simple, easy, fast. But does it look good? Yes, it does. Would you be proud to put a model on that and put it on the table? Yes, you would be. So, I thank you, gentlemen, for your comments and your likes. We are reaching 700 likes on the page. We need one more. I've already got the meme loaded. So, enjoy Warhammer 40k United. This is Grimdark.